Some recording. All right, hello and welcome to Daytime Today live. I'm James Lott Jr. You know I am, and we're here. This is the last of this round. You heard me. You heard me first. This round of talking about the soap operas. By popular demand, recording. We're going to do another round.
All right, hello.
Wait a minute. Wait, quiet.
Welcome.
Quiet. There you go. We're going to do another round, but mix them all up again. I'm gonna do a title, but I just want to thank you all so much for enjoying these. I didn't invent the wheel. I literally copied kind of from Vanity Fair and Hollywood Reporter. I mean, that's literally what I did. I saw them do it. I was like, this could be fun. But all the soap hosts, thank you. You guys have been so much fun. You guys have loved it. And then all the fans. I mean, the numbers are great. Thank you so much. So we're gonna do it again. Do it all again. So, but I decided I'm going to save the best. Which I say best out loud for last. She's my friend, and people are in the chat already. Oh my God, they're Jerry. Because you guys know, like our buddy Walker Ragsdale, she tells the truth, shames the devil. So she's one of my favorite writers. She already knows that already. But she also does podcasts too. So at the end of the show, I'm gonna have her tell you where, if you don't know where to find, tell her where to find her, all of that. And I'll put it in the description, of course. Help me welcome. She has 3 names like me. Angela Ryan Duncan.
Hi guys. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Charles. Looking forward to this. So, folks, come to chat, of course. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hi, David. Hi, Care Bear. You guys are getting people, they're ready to say hi to both of us. So, come into the chat. It's all fine. It's all good. We want to hear your opinion as we're talking. I'm going to ask her questions and have discussion like we've been doing. I want to hear your thoughts too at the same time. That's the whole point. Are you okay, girl? I'll tell you, explain. They're coming to get you already. No.
My dogs are being crazy, but it's all right.
Life of dogs. We know what that too. Life of my dogs. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about some stuff, folks, and I'm very excited. I have some questions for her that I've never asked her before, and I didn't ask. I'm gonna ask her some of the same questions that we've been talking about too. But I know with her because she's been in business like I have. We're gonna give you some insight. We're gonna tell you. Are we telling you our opinions? I'm gonna try to say this again. It's our opinions. Some things we do know, but we're giving you reactions. We're telling you how we feel and stuff.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing. And you have to touch your opinions. That's the more the merrier. So people are piling in. I love it. I knew it's because of Angela. It's not because of me. You're tired of me.
Oh.
Monique. Hi, Monique. Hi, you guys. I acquiesce to my guest every time. I don't care. It's all, and I win in the end anyway. So it's great. I have great people next to me. Okay. So Miss Angela, before we start, I do want to say this because it's going to lead into the soap thing in a second. But first, yesterday we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, which I think just as a country, as a you and I are the same generation, as a generation.
Right.
Yes. I felt that one.
I did too. I really did. And I know that, believe me, everything with Bill Cosby.
I know.
All of it, it hurt. Yes. Because I grew up with, he was
I know.
the best dad in the whole
I know.
I loved all of them. And all the stuff with Bill Cosby really hurt. But Malcolm's death, like, really got me right in that part where if I had a heart, that's where it would, really hurt.
You have a heart. It's in there.
I know. I'm kidding. I was just with my haters, but it really hurt. It really did, because he was, aside from being Theo, he was the antithesis of Bill in real life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
He was.
I know.
He honestly, I shared that poem, that Rudyard Kipling poem, If, with my nanny kids the other day, and that's what came to mind when I thought about him.
Okay.
And that was, he just really was, and it hurt, and it's so sad.
He was ours. He was
our brother.
Yes, he was.
He was our big brother with the Cosby Show, and he just.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I said, at least for our generation especially, it was just that so hard.
Yeah.
I still love and watch the Cosby Show. I know it's the Bill Cosby records were the bomb. The Bill Cosby books were the bomb. I mean, he was just But I feel like several things can be true at once. So
Right.
the show was good.
Don't even get me started on Jello pudding pops. I'm just saying, am I wrong, or were they one of the best things
Oh,
ever?
I know, girl. I'm with you. I'm laughing because I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. The next one today. This one hit me a little bit. Ozzy Osbourne.
I know.
I was like, oh, he's only 76. I'm like, I mean, I thought he was a little older than that, but I'm like, that's wow.
He had Parkinson's,
Yeah, we know that.
but it was, yeah, it really, that one got me too. It really
I,
did. I mean, I came to being an Ozzy fan later because, in the 80s, I was the big pop and stuff. And my best friend's older brothers and his best friend were massive metalheads, worshipped Ozzy, worshipped, all of that. And so we, of course, were like, yeah, but I very much grew to appreciate, and I was a Lita Ford fan
oh, but
because
I
she
thought
was
that's
the
what I said.
bomb.
That's what they
And
say.
then when they did Close My Eyes Forever, oh my God.
Yes.
And then when the Osbournes, the show came on,
One of the
it was
first, actually, one of the first out there.
yes, it was. Oh my God, it was such the part that the one thing I always think about with Ozzy Osbourne is during the Osbournes, him and Sharon were arguing about something for his tour, and she wanted something with bubbles, and he goes, "I'm the Prince of fucking Darkness, Sharon. I can't have bubbles."
Right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
honestly, always. And that's what I think. And he's just, I love Ozzy. I remember when he got banned from Texas for peeing on the Alamo, and again, he was such a part of the pop culture of our formative years.
So for me, everything she's saying is correct. Again, for our generation, especially Gen X. And so when I was a kid, my mom liked Black Sabbath.
Mhm.
Paranoid is my favorite songs of theirs. So then when he went solo, folks out there, and he was biting heads off of bats and Crazy Train, all that. That was always like a little scary but fun. I was a metalhead, so I was a big, huge fan. But for me, and she just said it, but I got to tell you my little piece of this. So I was a Runaways fan. I'm a Joan Jett fan, and I'm also a Lita Ford fan. And so when Close My Eyes Forever came out, which was a top 10 hit, folks,
Yes. It was
we saw Ozzy sing in a way he never sang before. It was a soft duet, but it was still Ozzy, and it was still
yes.
Lita. We just never. I mean, we didn't see them, and they wrote the song together. So you go on YouTube. They wrote the song together one night. It's a whole thing. Sharon pushed for it, and the whole thing. The song is still in my rotation. In my Spotify, it's in there. But it was a top 10 hit, you guys. You understand? It's the Prince of Darkness had a top 10 duet, soft ballad duet,
Yep.
and it's a great song.
It was such a great song. It really was. And the thing about Ozzy is that no matter what, he was unapologetically Ozzy.
Yeah,
He
that's it.
was.
Yeah,
He didn't try to hide who he was in any way, and you have to admire that authenticity. You just really do. Um, and he didn't care. If you didn't like him, okay, you're lost.
right. I agree.
And it was.
Yeah. So rest in peace to him. And
Absolutely.
then another person, this leads into our soaps. I left her for last, she was first. We went into the weekend mourning the loss of daytime, I say this lovingly, daytime's first bitch,
My God, right? She
Eileen
was,
Pope.
yeah,
She was.
she paved that trail.
She did. All the others came after. She was the first daytime female troublemaker. You can watch the early seasons, they're on YouTube. And we lost her at 91. She was also a great writer.
Hmm.
Um, she also wrote books. She was a great singer, cabaret singer, did one-woman shows. I mean, back then when you were a triple threat, back then,
Yeah.
those New York actors, she was one of them. And we lost her at 91 years old. She lived a life. So
And
we lost
91 is a good run.
her.
My great aunt is 97. and and we're starting to, she just went into a nursing home. It was her choice, and
Okay.
her and I've been spending a lot of time together. And I told, she's like, I should have been dead a long time ago. Many reasons. I was like, you're playing with house money, Auntie.
House
You're playing
money.
with house money at this point. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go Auntie. Go. I like that. Go
Oh
Auntie.
God, yeah.
Yeah. So we lost three great legends. I mean, I know, and people say legend loosely. These were three legends, and I
Oh,
mean, and,
absolutely.
right.
And like across genres, people
Yes.
knew who they were.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
Whether you were a metalhead or not, you knew who Ozzy
Well,
Osbourne.
you know,
That's just how it is.
yeah,
Whether you were a Cosby fan or not, you
yeah,
knew Malcolm,
yeah.
I mean, that's just people, that's a legend.
It's a legend. It is.
Mhm,
And Eileen Fulton for a daytime community is a legend.
mhm.
If you don't know
Absolutely.
about her, read about her, Google her. As they always say, do what you need to do. Find out about her, watch some old clips. I mean, she literally, there was, before Bob and Kim, it was Bob and Lisa. That's where
Yeah.
Tom came from. Don't get me started. I'd love me some. Don't get me started on that. But I just want to, but that leads me into my first question.
Okay.
The first question. Go ahead. Let me check that off. That was in there. Um, so I'm curious what you. I actually am really curious what you think. We've had this year. We set it up. So we have a new soap this year,
Mhm.
a new soap podcast. I've been very vocal how much I'm against it. But we have a new soap podcast. Um, the soaps are getting some attention here and there outside of their normal stuff. What do you think the state? How are the state of soaps today? Are you thinking? Are they good? Is this an illusion? Is it just we have one good one that's good right? Like, what are you thinking?
Okay, so there is one soap that is very, very, I'm going to be political. I'm not going to name names. There's one soap that is very, very hard to watch, even on its best day. And I love, like, one of my favorite people is on it. You and I's favorite people. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Um, and that's, to me, that's the basement. You know what I mean? But
Yes,
even
yes,
that show
yes.
is, I, I think there's good and bad. I think with soaps, it's hard with soaps because they have to produce so much content. It's not all going to be fire. It's not all going to be, but at the same time, it doesn't always have to be as, oh my God, what am I watching as it is. Um, I am a very firm believer that no head writer should stay for more than 3 years.
But you said it before. You said that before. Yes.
Even if they throw them back in the rotation, down,
Oh, okay. Okay.
not fire them completely, put them back, script, shake it up. And they can even stay or go to another show, but with as much content as they have to put out, they need fresh ideas. I also believe that every head writer and executive producer on a soap opera should be a woman. They can have a co
Yeah,
that is
I
a
agree.
man.
I agree with
They
that.
can have a co that is a man, but she has to have more power. I understand there are a lot of men who love this, you that love this genre. However, there is something lacking in the soaps that are helmed by men, especially in the writing. You know, like a great example was Dan and Chris, the twins, as I used to call them, when they were, they could do big moments,
Mhm.
but there was like no build. They could do a great proposal scene, but you weren't seeing dates. You weren't seeing, you know what I mean? You're like, how the hell is this couple in love?
Yes.
When did this happen? Because
Yes.
they just didn't, they couldn't. And
Right.
am I saying that there's no man that could do it? Absolutely not. But I just think we've,
No, I agree with you
let's go
completely.
back to what worked,
I agree.
you know? And I think that soaps are more good than bad right now.
Okay. Okay.
And I do think that they are experiencing a resurgence. And part of my belief in that is because of Parade. Parade is a massive publication.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't even know how big it was. We have a great analytics program that we have access to
Okay.
called that's live analytics. Parade gets between 2 and 4 million views a day, which is more than Soap Opera Digest gets a month. And Soap Opera Digest is the gold standard.
Right, no, right.
And the fact that Parade wants to commit money and resources to soap operas for the first time, dedicated. I mean, when they were in print, they would cover some soap stuff, but since they've been online, they had no dedicated soap coverage. But the fact that they want to now says that they see value
Okay.
in
Okay,
it.
makes sense.
And I don't think that it's just Beyond the Gates. You know what I mean?
Right,
I mean, honestly, Beyond the Gates the coverage performs the worst
right,
of
right.
Parade,
Yeah,
um, just because it's so new. But I think that that says good things about our genre. Is that
yeah,
a publication like that wants to commit resources to it for the first time.
yeah. Hi to the 42 people are watching. Thank you on a Tuesday night. I love it. My night crowd. I tell you it's all because of you. But just say I agree with
They're
you.
coming. They're like, "What fuckery is she going to come up with this
Exactly.
time?
That's
You got to tune in and hear it live."
and I'm a smart producer. I'm like, yeah, get her on here. Yes.
Exactly right.
No, so no, so I want because I want everybody to know also how you guys feel in the chat. Tell me how you feel about that because I've said before on my show, where are the female executive producers? I feel like right now we need them, and I see you women out there who watch these shows. I don't know how you accept some of the stuff that you're given because to me it's offensive to women. I'm a guy, I'm a dude, and so I agree with you. Not saying no man can ever do it, but however, comma, as my friend Tony Moore would say, I feel like it's time to go back to, like you said,
Right.
soaps written for women by women.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I mean, I think Frank is one of, if not the best executive producer in the
Oh yeah,
business.
definitely.
And
I know you
probably
guys hate him out there, but he is really
and
good to his people and
he
everything.
is. He is good to his cast and they love him. And that man knows how to do a budget.
Yes.
If Frank has one downfall, in my opinion, is that he interferes in story.
Well, yeah.
And collecting cast members like they're the damn Infinity Stones.
Well, he doesn't.
But
Yeah,
not
he's not
just him,
perfect.
that's
Yes.
Barney as well.
Right.
But if he just would get out of Cortez's way, because she's been doing some great stuff.
Yeah.
And when the issues come is when he, puts his little fingers in it. He needs to just stay in his lane and he can stay. And I'm fine with her having Chris as a co. It's a big cast because
Yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
wanted Corte just as Corte.
Yeah.
They wanted her as the head writer. She wanted a co. She requested Patrick Mulcahy.
Right.
And it didn't work out because he clashed too much with Frank about wanting the smaller cast and yada yada, and you just can't clash with Frank about those things. And then she asked for Chris back.
Yeah.
Because it is too big of a job for one person. But make no mistake, her and Chris are co-head writers. Cortez calling the shots in the writing room.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it.
Absolutely. And she does better when Frank stays out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Young and the Restless, one, no executive producer should be head writer. Period.
I agree.
That's
the
tweet. That is the and it's one, things will get missed. It is too big of a job for one person. Things fall through the cracks. And things massively have on both ends with YNR. The producing end and the writing end. And not to mention, how long has he been there? You know what I'm saying? It's time.
I know.
He's got to go.
My silence is like,
honestly, as both, but definitely out of the writing room. If they like how he produces whatever, I don't know why, but whatever. But
Angela, didn't he add Jill Farron Phelps in there somewhere?
Well, supposedly she's just
Allegedly,
completely
allegedly, sorry, allegedly.
allegedly, but what she said is that she came out of retirement and she's just working on the budget side of things and isn't in the day to day. I very rarely do I agree with Alan Sarapa, but when
Right,
he said that he finds it very hard to believe, I also find it very hard
right,
to believe.
right, right.
At the same time, when it was like when they first and now when I first heard that, I'm like, I cannot believe they brought that woman back anywhere close to that show after what happened last time. They went scorched earth and practically burned every room she had stepped into. You know what I mean?
No, I know, I do.
They
Not,
got rid of Burton as soon as they could. They
yes,
erased that character's existence.
yes, they did, yes.
I mean, I was very shocked, but maybe they're going, we got to do something, and this is the best bitch we could find to do it.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta acknowledge my thank you for the $10 super chat. We'll get to that in a second. Against about they want to know about the recast of Friday. We'll go to that in a second. But they said JG's been here 7 years.
That's long.
And everybody's agreeing with you. Everybody's agreeing with you. Go back to basics.
Right.
Agree. Yes. Yeah. Sorry,
And I think we can all agree the man is out of ideas. Not
um,
that, he ever was great with them, in my
but
opinion.
that I'm done with these. You can't go into chateau. Don't hear me. Anyway, you guys can watch my Sunday episode. See how much I hated the show right now. I can't stand JFP. I know she went on to Alan Locker, and basically, I mean, she apologized for a few things. Other things she didn't apologize for. I gotta give it to her. She stood her ground. People were coming at her in the chat, but Alan handled it, and somebody say so. That was the first time she had done an interview in years too. So I was kind of like, go on out and get that interview. Locker. You can watch it on his channel. I think it was on Locker. So I was saying when I heard her name again, I was like, oh, all
Right.
right.
It's not that I'm surprised that any show touched it. I'm surprised that show did
Me too. That's the thing. Me too. No, I know. Me too. Right.
because of how badly it ended. But, I guess desperate times because Ed's gone.
Ed's gone. Yeah, I know. He's gone.
Which, um,
yeah. So since we're on that soap right now, because you did give $10, we will answer. I'll let her answer this. How are you feeling about Billy Flynn as Kate Ashby?
I love Billy Flynn.
Me too.
I think it's an age difference, but I don't think it's that big of a deal age difference. Honestly, I wouldn't in a million years want Daniel Goddard back after the shit he did.
I also thought he got a job on General Hospital. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes, but he's definitely, he's not on a whole lot. I don't think that's going to change. He's like the foil for other stories, and he won't be there forever. You know what I mean? It's a very short-term gig. I think Billy Flynn I like it. I do. I think that he and Lily are very pretty together.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of pretty there. And I think he's a seasoned enough vet that he can go toe to toe with Eric Brady.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he has the right to be there, but
I'm a friend and a fan of his, so I think he's a good actor. So I think he had John Aniston. He had heavy hitters over there. So I mean,
exactly. If he could deal with them, then yeah, exactly. That's my thing. Is that he's seasoned, and I mean, I love Days of Our Lives. It was one of my first soap opera loves, but I mean, honestly, it's the Bastard Stepchild. As far as production value and things like that. You know what I mean? Days of Our Lives, everybody knows they have the worst pay. They have the lowest budget. You know what I mean? And it shows, but they make the most of it. But so he's used to that. He's going to be able to spin gold for the other, without even having to, at the very least, not having to worry about the boom mic ending up in the scenes is going to take a weight off their mind.
Yes.
So I think that I'm willing to, you know, I know that a lot of people were like, oh God, but I'm fine with it. I am. I think
So,
he's
folks, oh my God. So we said, as soon as we said Jill Farrenfeld, people are just, I love it. The comments, all the comments. We were just saying that. I just brought that because I was like, she's on there kind of behind the scenes. But folks, she ain't dead yet, I guess. So she's been around for a long time. I mean, I give it to her. She's been around for a long time. And I know people have, because our girl Candace Smack is not a fan of hers either, my co-host. So yeah, there's a whole. I know there's a bringing up stuff in the chat. I'm not gonna read all this in the chat, but I know what you guys mean. I mean, I was there for all of it. So I understand people's concerns and where they are about that. But I'll be curious. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just. I think the pool, Angela, of executive producers and writers who are still in the business is kind of getting smaller.
Oh, absolutely. Because they're really not, there are so few shows now that they're not making more like we used to.
Yeah.
My kids are used to me. It's funny because it's like when they were little, they didn't want to speak to me unless I was in the bathroom or in the shower. They couldn't
Not
take
on a
me out of
show.
But now it's while I'm podcasting. On Monday night, usually all of them call. And I'm like, you know what's happening here. You know what every Monday night. So
yeah, like a chat say, so many are dying, retiring. It's just yeah, a lot of the old school ones are just not around anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. And like, I mean, I was a little shocked that Guza came out of retirement.
Yeah, me too.
But it was a short-term thing.
I was gonna say,
and I had figured that it was. I had figured that it was to help them spring, and that was great, and that's whatever. And I'm wondering if what's going on with Jill Farren Phelps is because I think that she is one who, if she has a strength, it's budget.
Yeah.
So maybe that's you know what I mean? Maybe they're like, we need somebody who's just better with the money than this. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question because this leads to this because so folks, you're hearing it here first. I thought I'd let you guys hear this first here. My buddy Roy Gibson will be on our show this Sunday. JHP Spotlight. So stay tuned for that. He will be on because we are friends. And so since everybody says he's the best recast in recent history, I'm Chris. Do you agree? Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. And what's really funny is that I remember because I was the first to say, I think he's new Michael. Because he posted.
Yeah, well, we're talking behind the scenes.
Yeah. He posted the picture and I went, that is a general hospital dressing room.
Because there were two people we both knew.
Yeah, that's Steve Burton's dressing room. Yeah. And then I went to his Instagram and he was freshly following Frank, Katie, and Mark Teschner. Yes. I'm like, oh, he's so Michael.
So sometimes we talk behind the scenes and compare stuff, and there were two people that went up for Michael. We both know them, and they went up for it. But we knew I knew one got it as well over the other, and he was posting pictures. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And and it's funny because like when it was first being talked about, people were like, he was so horrible as Noah Newman. I'm like, they didn't give him.
They give him anything as Noah
Newman to do as how he wasn't anything as Noah Newman. He just sat there and moped and brooded, and we don't know that. And that's another thing. Why in God's name can Young and the Restless not write for the son of Sharon and Nick?
But he can't write for the
right, exactly. But you know what I'm saying is that, my God, shouldn't that be one of the easiest people in the world to write for? But they didn't write for him when it was Rory. They didn't write for him when it was Robert.
Right. I was saying, yeah.
All the actors there. And he came into GH like gangbusters.
I know. I love it. We
loved it. And he did his research too. Because I don't know if you saw the podcast with Burton that he was on.
That's on.
Yes. He has a little friend who, you know what I mean? He really deep dived into it. And I like that, when they know their history of their characters, when they're coming in as a recast. And I love Chad.
Yeah, right. We know you're fine.
But Chad chose to leave. And before they did a recast, they asked Chad if he was ready to come back. He told them no.
Right.
They can't hold the role open forever. They needed a Michael. And it was always going to be that time frame. right around before the baby was born, always. So,
Now, are
I wish him well, but
now
he wanted.
are you shocked about the Maxie situation? Were you shocked about the Kirsten Storms? I hadn't heard anything about her leaving for a while.
I'm not, because I know what's going on. So she has sent out, so she was selling some of her crocheted sweaters.
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
And to the fans of GH that bought them, she sent them an email telling them what was going on. I'm not going to go into it because she hasn't released it publicly. I'll tell
Okay.
you later because
Okay.
you're here. But it's a medical issue. It's not her bipolar. It's not what she was going through before. It's not, there's a medical issue, and they did the move to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So she asked Frank for the time off.
Good for her. Good for her. Go ahead and do that and take care of yourself.
And a lot of people are like, she should be fired. No, she shouldn't. And when people find out what the medical issue is, they'll understand it. And it's not like Maxie is such a big story that, you know what I mean? She's a talk to most of the time.
Right, right.
They can live without her for a few months. We could live without a lot of the actor, again, Infinity Stones. But yeah, I wasn't surprised because I knew, what was going on with her, but I wish her well, and
Yeah.
I am hoping, I can't wait to see her back. She seems to be doing well.
But again, Frank stands by his actors.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said, I'll be back, I can believe it. Frank is loyal. He's a loyal guy.
Absolutely is. And before anybody comes at me with Kelly Monaco, Frank is not who fired Kelly Monaco. The network is fired. The network mandated Kelly's firing.
I tried to explain this.
I tell people that. Other people have told people that, and it's fire Frank, fire Frank, fire Frank. Well,
Frank kept her on for a long time.
Right.
You know why? You know what I'm saying. So yes, I'm not gonna stay out here, but she knows what I'm talking about.
Frank takes care of his actors.
He does.
He does. He treats them like his children. He is very protective of them. He will go to the mat for them, and that is why they all love him.
Yeah, that's it. So that's what's always. I'm glad you said congrats. So I know you can back me up when I say certain things. And
if anybody needs evidence of that, okay. For one example, Ingo sued. And he threw everything he could at the wall, and none of it was Frank being anything other than Frank. And I mean, what actors have left the show and talk shit about Frank? I mean, I know people have talked shit about him. Well, he shouldn't have fired me, but it's not he was a tyrant behind the screens. None of them have said it.
Nope. The network, you understand, General Hospital is owned by ABC Disney. They have a say on what goes on.
Right, and they are
unlike some of the other soaps that are owned by their own company.
Right, they are the only soap exclusively owned by their network.
Yes. So, folks, they do say stuff. They do jump in. They do mandate.
Nathan Varney is the network person assigned to GH, and he's very vocal, and he says it. So, him and I are trying to arrange an interview because we want to talk about ratings and the rating system to try to get people to understand it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, we'll on to our next thing. That's good. Thank you for all that. That's good. Can we tell? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe she may know this. Why isn't Ken Schreider on the show? Is it Disney?
Okay. It's Ken. It's Ken. Ken did not feel like he was being appreciated as a vet. Ken wanted a front burner story, although I don't know why in God's name he thought, that's not the character of Scotty. That hasn't been the character of Scotty since Laura dumped him, quite frankly. You know what I mean? He has been a supporting character. So Ken left in a huff. They asked him to come back a few times. He didn't. And then he had his foot surgery, yada, yada, yada. So he's been out of it with that. But literally, how long ago did he announce that they had gotten rid of him? And I mean, let's be serious. How many times did he do that? That kayaker posted about his dressing room, that was when he got it. It had been empty for 2 years? Because it was still Ken's dressing room. That was not the show. It was Ken.
There you go, kids.
Although he did say that he's on a plane on his way back to Hollywood. He posted on his Instagram tonight that he is flying back to California. And so I'm wondering if I mean, they're still dark for another week,
Yeah.
but I'm wondering if he is coming back now that his foot issue is resolved.
See,
But it wasn't ABC and it wasn't Frank. It was Ken.
there you go.
It was always Ken.
Well, so these folks, and she's not saying anything. It's like he's been speaking out for years, and that's the thing. When these folks speak out and say things, then it's like any company would be like, why are they talking shit about me? Why are they talking shit about us? So why would we hire you back or ask you back?
Here's the thing is that people need to remember, and they forget this quite often. These shows are a business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, these shows are a business. And if they're not making money, they won't be on the air. And sometimes that means hard choices have to be made. And it sucks, but it's how it goes. Now, like Ken for years now, Scotty was recurring. So every time he wasn't going to be on for a few months, he announced he was leaving GH when he knew damn well it was just a matter of recurring. And he was the only recurring actor with a permanent dressing room.
Right.
So it was all, and the majority of the reason he was gone for so long was because of his foot issue.
Yeah. You're all saying Scotty's supporting him. We all agree with that. He's not talking.
Right. I mean, Scotty's not even supporting. He's like a fly-in.
Right. And he is a legend of sorts from back in the day. We give his props, totally. But he's not. Yeah.
And even Jeannie Francis isn't leading story. And
or
she
Lucy,
was
or Lucy.
Right.
Lynn Herring. They're not.
Right. Or Mac or Felicia.
Right.
But the thing is that these people shouldn't be leading story. They should be more in supporting roles. And here's the thing. Everybody knows who my favorite is.
Yes.
Carly. Everybody knows my favorite is Carly. Everybody knows that Jason and Carly are my ship. I don't think they should be leading story. That age group should be leading story. That age group needs to be moving towards a more supporting role. And the 30s and 40s need to be leading story with the 20-year-olds hot on their heels. And they need to pump up the 20-year-olds and the teen set. And so this isn't me just saying, oh, F everybody, but I'm saying my fave should be more of a supporting role than a lead.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Folks. That's what keeps them going.
So someone brought up Jonathan Jackson. Folks know my feelings about that whole situation from my shows, and I'll just briefly bring it up on here, and I want to hear what she thinks about that. I felt they wasted him. But they brought him back because he was ready to come back. Obviously, he's the name. He's Johnny. He got an Emmy nomination. I get it, whatever. But I don't preach Angela. She tells the truth. I feel like they wasted his character. I just feel like it was kind of cute in the beginning, but it fell flat. I see why he wanted to leave. I mean, he's a 5-time Emmy winner. I feel like they don't want to give, on some level, I don't know if it's true or not. It feels like sometimes they don't want to give Rebecca Hurst a story that's like sticks. Just seems that way. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose. It just seems like she's still on the show, folks. You guys want her on the show. But I felt Jonathan Jackson could have had a better story. It just didn't happen. So with him leaving, I'm not upset.
Okay. I get what you're saying. And yeah. I think that when he came on, he wanted family stuff, he wanted Liz, and I think he wanted to be in the WSB stuff, which was the plan.
So I would have loved that.
He also had very low minimums.
Right.
And Jonathan Jackson has always been a favorite of mine.
I love him. Great actor. I love him.
Things I learned about him this last run really put a dent in that. He started trying to get out of his contract in December.
And no, I had heard that. That's what I'm saying. I heard that he was trying to get out.
And there was a story planned that he refused to play. It wasn't him leading the story. It was somebody else's big story, but he refused to play it based on his religious beliefs.
Yes, I understand that. Yes.
Bothers me greatly because no. He also, and the thing is that Frank was trying to get him to stay. Frank has wanted JJ back for a long time.
I know that. Yeah, no, yes.
And Frank wants a Lucky and Liz endgame.
Right.
That's their thing.
Right.
That's his thing. And wanted him back for that. He, with everything they were doing with Christina and the Kelly Monaco situation, which came up on them quickly, they had to jiggle things around. And so he was used for the Christina stuff.
Which I didn't
With
mind. Which I didn't mind. Actually, I kind of liked it.
right. It was actually a cute nod to history,
Right.
because
Yes.
Luke and Sonny had
Right.
been friends. I don't think they were going to pair them romantically
No,
like a
me
lot
too.
of
No, me too. No, me too. Yeah.
Frank wanted Liz and Lucky.
Yes.
But the plan was to move him into the WSB. I mean, there was nothing going on with the WSB stuff yet.
Right.
It's just now starting to heat up. And the plan was to move him into that.
Yeah.
JJ didn't want to stay. But, JJ said that the commute was too much. He didn't leave because of story. He left because he just really didn't. From what I heard, the general consensus is people think he came back to get his SAG insurance renewed.
Okay, folks, it's a real thing. JDLA came back first for a while to get her insurance.
Because they have to have so many acting credits with SAG Productions to keep their insurance, and he has kids.
Yes.
And for the whole, it's too much of a commute. Well, as soon as he left GH, he announced a European tour.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
don't
the
believe that
last
whole
I
thing.
heard, Europe is further away from
Yeah, as I said, I don't
LA.
buy the whole commute thing. I don't buy
It
that.
wasn't the commute. It's that he just wanted to not be there. And people can argue with me all they want, argue with your mama, talk to the wall. And this had nothing to do with Becky Hurst. Jonathan Jackson did not want to kiss anybody on screen that was not his wife. That is why
I heard that
there for
too.
their first big kiss. That's why they had the fill-in. And
Yeah.
if you watch, and I'm getting good at this, but the scenes where she kissed him in the hospital, she had her hand blocking, and you could tell by where their noses are, she was kissing the man's chin. The scenes where they were making out in her house, the majority of the time, their faces were away. Or if they were actually lip touching where you could see, his were squeezed so tight you couldn't get water through them. And, I get it, whatever. And they made that scene work. And even in the majority of the times, he just kissed her on the forehead. And I get it, people's beliefs, but it's a soap opera. You can at least kiss somebody. It's not like
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, because even, oh my God, Chase in Brooklyn. In real life, we know all about that story too. And they make it work. They make it work. We know it's acting. They make it work. And so that's the thing. They're not into the whole hot and heavy clothes.
But they'll kiss.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to kiss her. And I'm sorry, you can argue with me, but I saw, if you actually watch those scenes, you see exactly what I'm talking about. And I have a friend on Twitter who is a massive Liz and Lucky fan. Okay. And I told her about that before the airport goodbye. And she was like, now that I know that, I saw it in the airport kiss that they weren't actually kissing. And the show worked around it and they made it work. But, it was what it was. I don't think he's gone forever.
Oh, I probably not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back.
And the thing is that Frank was trying to get him to at least stay until February. And he pitched him, we'll do a big February wedding for you, Liz and Lucky, and then you guys ride off into the sunset, the happily ever after. He wouldn't stay till February. And a lot of people are like, oh, see, she said that they're trying to get rid of it. No, that was the story that was pitched if he would stay until February. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw a recast Lucky.
Well, see, people are bringing up Greg Vaughn. They're bringing up Greg Vaughn.
Oh, God. See, I would love Greg Vaughn. And, he's not working.
He's not.
But I wonder if the paycheck would matter more than the fact that his girlfriend's BFF is chemo.
Right. So
I think it would, because that man's got kids he's raising.
Right. And I want to say something. I'm going to add something to you guys out there that she's saying. It is true. I have friends in the business who are not on the shows currently, who I talk to, who have told me they've been asked to come on the show, and the money wasn't good. They said no. I can name 7 actors I've talked to in the last 2 months who have told me they were asked to come back, and they were very appreciative of it, But for the amount of work they wanted them to do, the money was not worth it. They were like, I make more
What
money on the
for
street.
GH? Are you talking about GH?
GH and Bold.
Okay, because so most people know GH pays the best,
Yes.
which isn't. I mean,
Yeah, I
Days
know.
pays the first, GH pays the best, but it's not. It is. It's still. It's not
That's why everybody's doing outside shit.
exactly. That's why they do their events. That's why they do their subscription services and all of that stuff. And nobody, people bitch and bitch. Why are people spending money? Fuck you. Let people spend their money how they
Yeah,
want.
why not? Right.
Nobody's
I don't
holding
care about that.
a
Yeah.
gun to your head and forcing you to spend money to go do
No.
this, that, or the other.
Let them make
Let
some money.
people live.
Shit. Let them make some money. I don't care. Like, I mean, I'll go to an appearance here and there for somebody. I don't
Right.
care. Like, why not?
I mean, I didn't like the juice thing,
Oh.
but you know what I mean? Because I thought that was predatory on fans. But other than that, their Patreons, their events, Steve does his, coaching. Cameron's about to start that. Laura
Right.
does her
They
spaces.
have the day players. I mean, everybody said, everybody
And that's just other forms of entertainment.
yeah,
And why shouldn't they get paid for it?
yeah. I agree. I agree. I have no problem with that.
I have no problems with that. And I have no problems with fans who want to do it. I mean, I've gone to them.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I'll pay to see my faves in a heartbeat.
yeah.
Um, it's not even like it's that much.
No,
But yeah, it's hard and
it's hard work. And it's hard work, first of
and
all.
the soap actors are the hardest acting
Yes, they are.
worker. I
I agree.
can't
I
talk.
agree with you.
Hardest working actors in the business.
I
I do
agree.
not understand why anybody looks down on soap operas. One, they do the entire gamut of emotions and
Yes.
comedy and romance and action and yada yada drama, all of it. They do all of it. And it's 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year with an occasional holiday
Right.
rerun.
And usually in one take.
Exactly. One
Maybe
take.
two. Maybe two.
Right. It's crazy the amount of work they do.
It is. No, it
And
is.
like at GH, they do the block taping. So they are taping all out of order. And that's really hard when you're doing crying and then you're doing this and it's a lot.
And folks, I
But
agree
they
with
do.
you. Well, folks, I agree with you. Yes. John Jackson was great in WSB story. I agree with you. It just, but all
Absolutely.
yeah.
They left the door open with him leaving with Aiden for the summer. They left the door open for him to come back with Aiden.
That's true. I agree with that.
For a Lucky to come back. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if we eventually saw JJ back. I thought it was a little shady of JJ when he was asked about them recasting, when he said that he wished they wouldn't because he would like to be able to
Yes.
pop them out. Because I'm like,
Yes.
no, that's not how it works. That's not what we're doing.
No. He did say that. I saw him say
Yeah,
that.
I was just like, that's shady as F, but okay. But
Yes.
yeah, so I mean it is what it is.
Yeah. Yes. We had the Emmy nominations, of course, happen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody already watched my Emmy special, so we already, we talked about it. And they had their Emmy special too. I just want to talk about one part because I want you to kind of help me to let people know how this works.
Okay.
The whole Seaforth Hayes thing. And I had to explain to people. She submitted the wrong category and lost out. Didn't work.
Here's my thing.
Or did it, and he won.
The show did it.
Well, I mean,
Days
okay.
of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives fucked over Susan Seaforth Hayes.
Right. Okay. But she's right. It's that. But the point is, they gambled. It didn't work. It gambled with Greg Rickard, and it worked. They gambled with Paul Telfer, and it worked. But with her, it didn't.
Well, here's the thing: is that she, to the overall Emmy audience, she and her role are probably more well known, and people know that Julie is not a lead role. Period. End of story.
Right.
And I saw that Amy Shaughnessy, the writer Amy, was on. Well, it was lead material. No, that's not how it goes.
Works. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Nope.
And here's my thing too. And people can throw their tomatoes at me. And I know that it worked for her. I'm sorry. Nancy Lee Braun is not a lead actor on General Hospital. and
But
she should
she's
not have been
not,
in
but
that
it worked
category.
for me. Right. She's not, but it
Right.
worked.
She submitted for it and she got it. So she gambled and won, but she did not belong in that category. She had 69 episodes that year. I'm
Right.
sorry, she's not a lead. And it worked for her and whatever, and that's great. And this isn't me, oh, my girl. That's not it. There are other lead actresses on GH.
Yeah.
Flora Rice's not the only one.
Right.
Nancy Lee Braun is not a lead actress on
So no,
GH.
Hughes the lead
Now,
actor.
it
Laura Rice
has
the lead
it
actress.
worked for her because she's been a lead actor on GH previously. She was a lead actor on Santa Barbara, so
Yeah,
she's known as that more than Susan is.
I agree.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah. I was just curious. I was just curious. I was like, I don't know. She's saying what I was trying to tell people.
right,
It was a
and
gamble. Didn't
and
work.
they lost.
They lost.
And Susan was amazing. And if they had submitted her in supporting,
Should have
lock
won.
it up, go home. Nobody else needs to bother showing up.
I agree completely.
Um,
I agree
but
completely.
they messed up.
So I tell people next year will be interesting to
Mm-hmm.
see because also because this year too I had heard the Bay did submit some stuff. Not the Bay, sorry, Neighbor submitted some stuff. Really,
Mm-hmm.
they just didn't get it. That wasn't the greatest stuff, the greatest materials, so they didn't get nominations. That's what I'd heard because I'm every voter, and I've heard from other every voters that they did submit some stuff. They got it last year. They didn't get it this year. So
Yeah,
there's some things behind the scenes that happen. That sometimes the reels aren't the greatest. Doesn't mean everybody should be nominated. Doesn't mean everybody should be nominated.
right,
Um, and remember, it was calendar year last year, and the voting's different now. So now it's the top.
right,
Who gets the most votes?
right. And they already know who won. They know
Right.
who won when the nominees come out because there's only one round of voting. Um, and
That
yes,
is
it is a calendar year. I mean, I saw so many people going, Beyond the Gates was screwed. They should have changed. I'm like,
oh,
exactly did Beyond the Gates have to submit for
right.
2024?
Yes, yes.
Job. The calendar year is the calendar year.
And I want to tell people this also because I am an every voter. It says reels can range from 5 minutes to half an hour sometimes.
15
Um,
tops now.
uh,
I read the
but,
call for submissions. It's
but, the, but,
15
but,
for
but my
actor. Yeah.
point is, not everybody watches the full reels. You have to get over that,
Right.
folks.
Right.
You watch to a certain point. It changes with each number, and then you can start to vote. You can't vote until you watch at least to a certain point, or watch to a certain
Right.
point.
But Laura Wright said that the reel she submitted was 9 minutes long
Okay.
because she knows that after that they lose interest or
But
they don't watch.
the Days actor said the same thing. That their reels got to the point. Their reels were short and got to the point. I didn't vote in those categories, so I didn't watch those reels. But the point is, it's just that the point is, it says that not everybody watches full reels. Sometimes they go by names, like who they
Exactly. Can be very much a popularity contest, which can explain why some people are like, I remember I was there at the Emmys with Thorson K1 a couple of years ago, and literally everybody in the press were like, wait, what did they just say? Like, what?
Exactly.
Whom?
That's happened several times when I was there.
Yes.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but yes, in the chat, yes, next year it will be interesting to see if Beyond the Gates has an impact on the nominations.
Yes.
Some are saying in chat they'll take Bold's place. I don't know if that's true, but
Well,
it's.
I mean, take Bold's place in what? Bold didn't get anything.
I thought it was a typo at first. When I first saw it, I was looking at like, is that a typo?
Well,
And they,
what it was, apparently, there's been an Emmy rule for a long time that um, the number of nominees is based on the number of percentage of the number of submissions for that category. So apparently, no more than 50% of, so if 10 people submit, no more than only 5 can be nominated.
right.
So apparently, there was only enough submissions in the show and writing, yada yada, for 3. And Bold didn't make the cut. So, and it was just, that's why there are different numbers of nominees in each category, is because they started following that rule.
Yeah. There's no more of these pre-nominations. I mean, remember the days of pre-nominations
Oh
and this
God, I
and
remember pre-nominations when we were all, oh God, the
oh,
heyday.
I remember that. Bro. Just like that was too much. So yeah, so they're trying to streamline it. I give them points. They're trying to make it just more. We got to wait until October. It's just dumb, but they have no money. They have no money. And yeah, folks, I might apply for the Emmys again because it won't be on television. So
I'm applying for them.
I'm saying I'm just thinking they're going to because it's going to be on internet. Everybody coming out. That's how it was last time. It was
Right,
on the internet.
exactly.
Everybody came. You
I mean,
should
I
come,
don't even
girl.
think they have a venue yet for them.
They don't.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, kids. But that. So people are bringing up Beyond the Gates, and so I love it. I do. It's
Mhm.
not perfect. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I do love it, and it's just fresh. And it's new. It's fresh. What are your thoughts about that?
Absolutely.
I would say, so
I
you're saying,
absolutely love Beyond the Gates. And I'll be on an island. I love the product placement.
oh my God, my
I
Febreze,
do.
Febreze.
The Febreze, the time,
I
the ridiculousness of some of it, it takes me, because it's such a throwback to what soap started as.
yes.
The
Hello.
reason they're called soap operas, people. And
Yes.
I think that it's I look at it and to me, it's an homage
Yes. I
to
agree.
how the genre started. And I am a soap opera lover. I am a lover of the entire genre. So I'm all over it. I
Same
am
here.
all fucking over it. I
I
love
love it.
and I love the show. I think that they're doing great. I really do. And some people are like, well, they started off strong and then okay. Again, soaps, they have to ebb and flow. It can't be all gas, no brakes. They have too much content that they have to put out.
Yes. I agree. Okay.
That's how it is.
It is how it is. And I just think people need to understand um, that for what they are doing, they are changing from the face of daytime, actually.
Mhm.
And what they're accomplishing, and you, as I said, the amount of talent behind this, I know there's a lot of shakeups happening right now, but just think the first 6 months, all that talent from all these shows were on there.
Right.
They did something that I just think it's super soapy. It's soapy in a way that I
They
missed my soaps.
started a new soap opera in
Yes.
2025.
Yes.
Who would have
I never
thought?
thought I saw. I never thought I'd see that.
Thought
Never.
that we would see, and now the conversation has started about
I know.
more.
So I'm going to ask you this question. I'm glad you let into that. See, she's good. She does it for a living. Okay. My next question. I ask this for every show, and it's been funny the response I've been getting. If you could bring back all my children I wanted to live, which one?
If I could if I could only bring one of them back,
Yep.
it would be
Yep.
my children. But my preference is a hybrid.
Me too. Well, me too. But mention why you would bring because
it would be a better bet.
I agree with that. But I know by saying money wise, all my children would probably do better because it's just more well known on some level. As long as you have Susan Lucci alive still, you have to get her.
Right.
Whether it's
But
reoccurring or not.
I think they could do a hybrid of it, and they could really, because they've had so many of the characters come on to GH, and they could continue to do that because they all seem to exist in that same universe with Pine Valley and
Yes.
Land
Yes.
and Port Charles. They could really use GH to
Yeah.
launch some sort of a hybrid of them. And I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't think ABC has anything to lose because no matter what they do, GMA3, it's never going to win. They have to just, I mean, they're cutting they're
I
trimming this,
know. I
and I'm
know.
just like, just cut your losses for the love of Christ, people. This is like my marriage. Just divorce them. So
But to ask you in the chat, was it set in Pine Valley or Oakdale? I say we both. Aren't they on either side of the river, of Lantana River? Yeah,
exactly.
they're both. Go back
Exactly.
and forth.
Exactly. Have it be both, and they could do a big tie-in story with Deception and the newspaper thing, and quite frankly, I think Frank could oversee all of it.
Right. I think so too. I could.
And it would keep him busy enough that he'd stay the hell out of the damn writer's room.
Well, then do we bring Ron back? Start it off. Just to start it off. He's always
I
good in
think
the beginning.
honestly, I wouldn't hate it
Right.
because Ron. I'm not a Ron hater,
I mean, no,
and
me either.
here's my thing. I loved Body and Soul. I would have watched that damn show on its own.
Okay, you can have that.
Or
You can have that one. You can have that one.
anyway,
But I'm not a Ron hater. I'm a Ron hater
and
either.
I think that Ron, at the very least, Ron is really good for the first year.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
that's. I would say I feel the same way.
that's the thing
Exactly.
is that I think that he'd be, especially if he could, if he didn't have any, because it would almost be a new show, but
Right.
not entirely
Right.
because we know the characters, so they wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? So he'd have a lot of free reign,
Yes, I agree.
and I think that I think he could do really well with it. Yeah.
So I agree with Angela completely. I've always said when he comes to shows, it's like gangbusters. He uses history mixed with
Mhm.
newbies, good big stories. He's in the beginning. He's just like, here you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why. So I agree with Landview. Sorry, but they're on opposite sides of this.
Mhm.
Like it's just I think for starting it off, as I say, no long term. Just like here you go. You started giving it 6 months a year, get it going, and then. Like I said again, I'm not a Ron hater either, so I don't hate
Yeah.
him.
I don't. It's like with all the things to bitch about.
I know.
I mean, I think that that man gets a little bit more hate than he deserves.
Yeah, I know. But that's just your people. But plus he's a little shady online. He does some shade, which I love. I love shade.
Oh,
But
I am all
fans don't
over
like shade. They don't like shade.
his. I'm sorry. I actually have this the congratulations he posted on General Hospital for their 60th. I printed it out and I have it framed in my hallway. It was art. It really was. It was art. His whole, I know there are apologies I'm owed, I'll never get, but to everybody else, just like, I want to kiss you right on the mouth here. And I know that that's not what either of us want. But
Right, exactly, right.
we ain't each other's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But oh my
No,
God.
Body and Soul was no fraternity row.
I loved it. I thought it was cute how they named the actors. I I like a lot of the campiness that Days does.
Which I don't mind sometimes. Yes, I don't mind.
That's their niche, and it has been
Yeah.
since Marlena was possessed by the devil in the
Yeah.
90s.
I know.
It really is. But
Yeah.
you know,
I want Ron over at Y&R so he can write a good story for Taraya.
I want anybody over at wine.
So, and she said anybody. Somebody,
My
anybody.
dog Bear, my little Puawa would be better.
My 3-year-old grandson could probably write a better story on it.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, they could come up with better stories than.
Oh my god! Yes. Okay, I got another question. This is great. Okay, thanks somebody for being in here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. That's what we're here for. And we're going to tell you what, because people say they love you already. We'll tell you at the end where you can find her and all her soapy goodness. Let's see what they say. I can't understand what that person wrote. Okay, I agree. They agree. Okay, they agree with you, Angela. Okay, yeah. So that's funny. So she says hybrid, which I like, but I know everybody's been saying "All My Children." So I think "All My Children" is just kind of like the universal. Everybody likes that one,
Right.
and it's well
Well,
known.
I also think it's because there's been the hope all these years. You know what I mean? Because Kelly, what's her face? Kelly and Mark have kept the hope alive that it was imminently coming back at any moment. So, I think that makes it fresher in people's minds.
Here's a question for you.
Now I'm
What was
scared.
the last? Some of the comments are hilarious. What was the last time you were? Because we know, sometimes we know too much because we work in the business stuff. When was the last time you were really surprised by something on screen on a soap opera?
The last time that I was surprised by something on screen.
You're like, oh my god, I did that. Like when was the last time?
I was surprised by the Jason and Anna kiss. That surprised
me. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was
that was very surprising.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's hard because we're so.
I know we know too much stuff. As we're saying,
I mean, I was definitely surprised by the Jason and Anna kiss. I was surprised. There was something on Beyond the Gates that I was surprised about, and I can't remember it
Oh,
right
yeah, okay. How bad
now.
did you are?
Um, I really can't remember it. Darn it. Um, I was.
I was kind of, I mean, I didn't, it was Beyond the Gates. I wonder what happened to the first 10. Like, why? What, he was so good. Why did they get rid of him?
I don't understand that
Nobody
either.
knows anything. Nobody
No,
knows anything.
we're trying to get him on Gatecrashers to try to
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get that either. I'm
Yeah, because
not
there's no story out there at all. Like nobody knows. Like, it's like,
right. And it wasn't his choice.
no, that's what I'm
We know
saying.
that it wasn't his choice. But there doesn't seem to be any scandal or anything. So
No, right. That's like, exactly. Oh, PG brought up something. That did surprise me too. I'll give you points. And as I said, between budgeting, cinematography, direction, it was good. Christina falling out of the window. That was a shot. I didn't expect. I didn't know that was coming. I didn't
yes.
expect that.
I didn't know that was coming either. That was really well done.
It
You
was
know,
well done. Very well done.
I mean, General Hospital has the best production value
They do.
across
They do.
for all the shit people give that pool. I would rather that pool than have people say that they're at the pool and we just hear splashing off screen.
Just like that. He paid for that pool, and that's it, kids.
And
So
he loves that
and he
damn
loves that
pool.
pool. He loves
And
that pool.
I think that the kids probably like playing around in that
Oh
pool when
yeah.
they're and stuff like that. Hell, some of the actors probably like it because it is hot under all those lights. But
Well,
I think it's a great set. I
I
really
agree.
do.
I do. I agree. What's funny is when we had Wally Kurth on last year, we were talking about him skipping over there and flying a pool. He's like, "Was that too much?" I go, "No, it's just enough. We loved it." No, it's just. I think I think it adds to the actors, adds to this. It's something different. I think why. I think why not?
That's the thing is that he really, Frank brings on a lot of good new sets.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So
That whole heart wing or whatever. I don't think that was beautiful. The Quartermain house, some great stuff in that sun, like that
the
sunroom off the kitchen.
solarium and everything is
Yeah,
really nice. Yep.
yeah, yeah. I agree on that. It's really
I'm
good.
really glad that we no longer have to look at those creepy heads in Sonny's apartment.
Yes, that's yeah. Well, that got burned
I
down.
was
Yes,
like I was like, every time his kids were in one of those scenes, I was like, I so badly just want them stink eye in one of the. I just want to. I'm concentrating on the kids, just wanting them to side eye
that's so funny.
the ass faces. I was like, what the hell, Daddy?
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm having nightmares because of your creepy statues.
Okay, remember. So that's what we're talking about. The recast of Ted Richardson. That's what we're talking about. The original guy. We all liked him, and he was so active on social media. It was great. Then all of a sudden, he was gone. And you guys. So that's what we're talking about. We don't know anything. Like nobody knows. I mean, I don't know. Anybody knows
Right?
nothing.
No, they
It's
haven't.
crazy. They haven't. And he
It's
just checked out.
bizarre. It's really,
Um,
really
okay, I'm gonna ask you this question too. Are there any truly strong female characters left on any subs?
bizarre. Yes, I think there are. I think
They're not defanged. There's some of them have been defanged a little bit.
right. Well, oh my God, you're not gonna tell me my girl's been defanged for reasons
I know.
passing.
Her and Ava, both of them. More
Right?
like, what's going
Why?
on? Yeah.
Well, I mean, Anita.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. She's unapologetic. That's true. Yeah. That's her. Yes. Okay.
Anita. I mean, Leslie, but she's crazy, so I'm not sure
We
she's
love
had.
her. She's crazy. We
Uh,
love her. Yes.
oh God, yes, I absolutely love her. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think Anita, definitely.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really can't. They really, and again, I think that goes back to the male writers.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I brought that up because people are having all my other guests were having a hard time too saying, "Oh, 2 years ago I could have said this person, or 3 years ago this person."
Ironically, who's the head writer over Beyond the Gates? That'd be a woman. I'm just saying.
That's it.
As they're writing these strong women as a man would see a strong woman.
Right,
Not that strong.
right. So as I'm saying, I was like, so you actually answered my question. I mean, everybody kind of feels the same way. It's like it's the fanging of these women. Because
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the storyline of Ava and Cody, the way they're writing it, it's insulting to me. Now, if they just kind of fell in love, they kind of, if they just
Right.
on their own came together, I see a little chemistry between the two of them. I have no problem with them. See, I'm not a Josh Kelly hater either, so I don't, that's not, I'm sorry, I'm not hating him. So I see a little something there. I see a little something there, but the way they're doing it, it's just like Ava would see right through him. Like, come on, folks, that's not. She's
Right. And Carly going to Willow at the hospital about what she did with Wiley and saying, if it happens again, you're banned. If it happens again, what? Huh?
All right. So, side note. So Canberra, I'm actually friends with Lynn Martin and Susan Banks. I wouldn't mind any of them as head writer. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. They've been there for a long. I mean, Susan Banks has been a long time. She's still at YNR. Been there for a long time. Lynn was there, then went over to Barry Gates, and then it was fired. And now she's free. I wouldn't mind. Donna Shaweski, I can't say it, Shajeski. I remember her from a long time ago. I have no feelings for or against her, so I don't really have any feelings for or against her. So I don't know. Yeah, same shit, have the same thing. Um, to me, I don't even mind. Wendy Rich
I
is over
just
at
want women
Wendy.
there. I want it to be women.
I mean, but to me, it's like even if a new woman comes in, like it's just somebody else. I don't even. I mean, you know.
Like seriously, it's just these men are ruining the genre. They are.
Well, Brad Bell over there on Bold.
My God. I can't, I tried to be nice because that was the one I was talking about. I mean, I just
I know.
painful.
I know. Talk about.
Has a death grip on that show. Now,
yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but a little birdie told me that Bold has lost a bunch of their international licenses recently.
I've heard of. I allegedly. I don't. I've heard
And
that also.
that could spell bad news
Right, because they're the number one soap in the
because
world.
that's their bread and butter.
No, and I was able to do something on Candace Mack. I can write something. That's right. You wrote Forever and a Day. Shit, we write all these dramas. No,
I mean, Jesus, the fan fiction I've written.
yeah, exactly. You guys write it. But I was saying for Bold and Beautiful, yes. So that their bread and butter is the overseas stuff. That's why they film over there. They can do all this stuff over there. So that's what a problem. That's the problem is that that's kind of happening. They're moving to a new studio right now. They're out of Television City. They had to goodbye. They're still dark and all that. So I don't, but they keep their cast pretty small. And
But that's the problem is that, it's like, General Hospital and Bold and the Beautiful. It's like Jack Sprat and his wife. General Hospital is too big. Bold and the Beautiful is too small. It is. It's just incestuous.
I agree.
And
I know it's too small, and that's the thing. The problem is
it's time to stop the rich.
Oh my god!
Taylor thing. It just is. Again, that age group should not be leading shit.
Agree.
We know it's destiny. I don't care either way. I do not have a horse in this race.
Me either.
I don't care. Brooke, Taylor, whatever. But we know it's Brooke.
Right.
So just freaking put them together, end it, let it just be, and free up the space for others. Just seriously.
It's the same thing that they finally did with Nikki and Victor.
Yeah.
It's like put them together and then have stuff happen.
Let their angst be external. Yes. Let their angst be dealing with their children.
Yes.
It's time.
I agree.
But that's what I say. They need to, let Jason and Carly be together and let them move to the back burner, and they have that matriarch, patriot, dealing with their kids, dealing with their family.
It's so you just said that because you and I have maintained this for years. I still maintain it. And if you watch the scenes with Carly and Sonny, it's not romantic at all. It's completely. It's two people
And exactly. And they have had many, and it's so funny to me because I watched the Carson thing. I watched the different fan bases on Twitter. And, they're like, oh my God, they're setting up for them to get married again. They have had so many opportunities to delve back into them, and they are not going to. People, Maurice Bernard will burn down Prospect, and Laura Wright will hand him the matches. And
Yes.
Frank will bring the gas.
Right. They're done. That whole
Corte
thing is done.
and Corte will, fan the flames.
It's
None
done.
of them want
Right.
it. None of them.
No,
They are not going back there.
no.
You know, I have no doubt if Maurice Bernard ever leaves that show, like if he doesn't, eventually, I think he'll retire. I don't think he'll die
I
on
think so
GH.
too. I think so too. I think so too.
And I think that he will go off into the sunset with Brenda Barrett.
That's what I think.
And that is what the actor wants. And Vanessa says it all the damn time too.
Yes.
They are Sonny's endgame is Brenda.
I agree.
Although, so Mo invited me last Wednesday to his show.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
He messages me on Instagram at 1:30 in the afternoon. The show is at 7:00. And I'm right outside of Boston and I'm a nanny. And the boys don't get picked up till 5. So this was quite the scramble. I was a little bit late, but I made it. And he was asked about what his ideal ending for Sonny would be. And it's funny because he actually delved into this. He said this once on Twitter as well. He said that he thinks something should happen to one of Sonny's kids. He comes home, he pours himself a drink, he goes upstairs, you hear a gunshot, and it goes black.
Oh, how funny. Okay.
But the show's not going to do that. And he's like, but you never know if he's actually dead or not. I'm like, all right, well, that would only work if the show was ending, because otherwise people are going to say Sonny's alive or Sonny's dead. I think that it's just going to be him running off into the sunset with Brenda because, not witness protection, but to keep his family safe, yada, yada. And I think they've laid the groundwork to do that at any moment with everything that's going on now.
They have.
And people do not believe me, but I am telling you this, and I have it from the highest of high sources. Sonny's next love interest is the ADA.
Oh, I know that. Yeah,
and you know that. I'm just saying to those who.
Yeah, I know.
It's the ADA.
No.
They're not putting Sonny and Carly back together.
Nope,
they're not putting Sonny and Nina back together.
Nope.
They're not putting Sonny and Ava. It's the ADA. That is who it is. And at the show the other night, he didn't say that, but it was like mostly Carson fans and Sonny and Brenda fans and a few. And he said, I have a really great story coming up, but none of you are going to like it. So I love it. Yes, because it's the ADA.
Yeah, that's what she's showing. And she's the real life wife of Carla Rhoda.
Carla Rhoda, which is interesting. Yes.
Yeah. So no, I know that. Yeah, I know that. They go, no, we can tell. We can tell.
I think it's obvious on the show.
Yeah, I think so too.
But, people are still telling me that I'm only saying it because I don't want Sonny and Carly back together because I'm a delusional
They're
Charlie.
not going back together.
I'm like, they could never do Charlie, and they're not going back to Carson.
They're not.
It has nothing to do with Charlie. They're not going back to Carson.
No, they're not. That's done. That actually, all you folks that want them back together, it's done. You have to worry. It's completely done.
And I know that that's sad. I know for fans of theirs that is sad, but it's the facts.
Right. And also a fact that they messed up the whole, oh my God, that whole Eva LaRue situation. Yes, I knew they were going to get together. I just had a feeling it just wasn't in the cards either.
Yeah.
I don't know fully. I don't know if you may know more than I do. I don't. For that situation, I don't know much about that and her. Why it was so jumbly and why it was like
a matter of cutting their losses at this point. I think so
too. Yeah.
It was really just a matter of cutting the losses.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Sonny being that pissed at her about not.
Yeah.
Telling him about an ex-husband. Obviously, he knew she had ex-husbands because he had the children, whatever. But it is what it is, and I think they just cut their losses.
I agree with that one.
It was really interesting how they did it. You know what I mean? The suicide, even if it was inadvertent, because you don't see that often on soaps.
I don't.
But yeah.
Ava LaRue, she's a great actress. I know her. She's a nice person, great actress. But that role, they were getting rid of her. That was it. 55 people watching. on a Monday, on Tuesday night. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I see some names I've never seen before in the chat. So welcome, JLJ Media. I don't know you guys. To be honest, I'm over the Carson thing. I'm all here for Charlie. Jason and Cardi, I absolutely love. I wish we'd have to wait till November, but I'm here for Charlie.
Well, I mean, here's my thing is that, I mean, I have literally, there are a few things I believe to the depths of my soul. One of them is that they're never doing Carson again.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that too. Really.
Other is that at the end of the day, when they close the books on the characters of Jason and Carly, they will end up together.
I agree.
Cortez has been playing the long game.
I agree.
And like
yes, we
I've
know
also
Brit's coming. Yes, we know Brit's coming on right now. I know, or Brit, or whatever that is coming on.
The thing is that, and like the thing is like people are like, oh my God, she's spiraling. I'm really not. I've been joking. I'm like, it's a Brit stop. Take a pit stop. Like it was before. I think that they are going to continue. They are going to do the story that they were planning on doing before the whole
right. Yes.
Has to leave for the vax thing.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, that story was Charlie Angst.
I know.
It ended with Britt dying in Jason's arms.
Right.
It was Charlie Angst. So bring it on. And I sat through Jiz. I sat through J Sam. I sat through Journey. Britt's not going to be the one to break Carly's hold on him, or not Britt, whoever the hell she is. Because here's the thing, he didn't follow her to wherever she was going. As we know by today's previews, he ran home and told Carly. He ran right to Carly. So I'm not worried about this. And it is what it is. People want to watch another woman be pathetic for Jason, who will continue to put Carly first. Okay, enjoy. I will.
I agree with Jason and Britt. Yeah, it's not gonna last. It's just as you said, a Brit stop. It's just exactly. I think she's and wait till Carly finds out about what homeboy with the daughter and everything.
Well, Laura Wright has been very clear. Her and Chris did a Zoom a few months ago, and she said that that's the end of Jacqueline. She said, and like Chris was joking, well, maybe she's like, no, it's gonna be a clean break. And honestly, do you guys remember a few months ago Carly gave him the wrench? Did anybody else watch that scene and go, oh, someone's dying by that thing? Somebody is gonna die by that thing. And it would not surprise me if it's Jack.
Well, see, my thing was I like the other actor better. They have better chemistry.
Well, we haven't talked for a while. And the thing is, I did too.
Yeah.
I like Chris a lot, but of course, Charles Measure was just, he was. After this, you and I have to have a little chat because I have some things to share that people who do my Zooms already know. But Charles Measure, I've lost my taste for him because
I've heard some things, but you'll fill it in.
Yes, I will fill you in. But the thing is that Charles left. He walked out. He quit very abruptly. Yeah. They scrambled for the recast. I think, nobody was going to be Charles.
This is fine.
And that's how it goes in daytime. But I don't. Chris is not on contract. He's only recurring. Yeah. And I think that all of that coming out is going to be the November sweep story. I think that's going to be, whatever that WSB stuff is all going to explode for November sweeps. I'm not sure Brennan makes it out of it alive.
Yeah.
I don't think he's irredeemable, but Jack Lee are done. I was hoping that Erica Slezak was coming on as Brennan's mother. And I wanted Vaughn to be Brennan's kid with Anna. I wanted Vaughn to be Anna and Brennan's kid because age-wise, he lines up for when Anna didn't have her memories.
According to
more so than Peter did.
So somebody checked us, according to Soap Dirt, which I don't read, Chris McKenna has been fired and Brendan will die. I don't listen or watch the Soap Dirt, so
Well,
I'm
I
not.
mean, there's been I know they're saying. I mean, Chris McKenna has not been fired. He's still filming. I mean, they're dark right now, but he will be back film. And you just Soap Dirt is no, stop it. Just
Yeah,
love yourself more. Love
well, here's the thing.
yourself more than going to Soap Dirt. I'm sorry.
But, no, but here's the thing. I just want to say this part on the side real quick. Is that there are a lot of what we call spoiler sites and a lot of things that they claim they know stuff, and it's never true. So always be careful. To me, I mean, I still look at some of digests. I mean, if we say it there, that's the Bible. But there's certain publications I do trust. Even She Knows Soaps. I like some of the stuff is true too. Sometimes they
They're
take confidential usually.
true, but they've been really clickbaity.
Yeah, they happen recently. As I
That,
said,
and
it
I'm
kind
like,
of yeah,
you need to do better than this.
I agree.
I'm just pointing some of that, but you can always tell with those soap sites because this might happen, this could happen. You know, when you read
Right.
the article does not match the headline, but people only read the headline. Like, read the article and you will see they're not actually saying that this is going to happen. They're saying, yeah, this is a possibility that could happen.
So
Their headline.
okay, so this person saying, well, you just said, according to Soap Derby, say they didn't say fire, but he said they have a good leak that has been right. So, which is, you just said they said they were like, well, either way, this person says, I only trust Sub Digest, Soap Central. Dan Kroll's not with Soap Central anymore. I want you guys to know that.
No,
sorry, that's the whole thing. Dan Kroll sold it. He is not part of Soap Central. He did a whole post on that. It's two chicks that are running it right now, I think, or kind of doing all the online stuff. Somebody else owns it, but like these chicks are running it.
Yeah, it was bought by a Japanese.
Yeah. So, but Dan Kroll is still online. He's kind of commenting on things here and there, but he has no official. He's retired. He has no official thing. So I just want you to know, Soap Central is not Dan Kroll anymore.
Yeah.
He did the whole
you can press parade as well, because we do not do anything. Sometimes I'm like, I know this for a fact.
Right.
I know this for a fact. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we believe you. However.
Yes, I know. Oh. So I just want you guys to be aware of what you, just be careful what you, because that's the, because
Soap Dirt, Celeb Dirty Laundry, all, you know, right. All of those YouTube sites that are the next 2 weeks spoilers. No, GH is not even giving Soap Opera Digest the next 2 weeks of spoilers.
They're not anymore. No.
They get them 1 week ahead, same as everybody else. So a lot of it is people look at the breakdowns and extrapolate what they think is happening. But some of us always right.
Yeah, some of us who work with the networks, we do get breakdowns for weeks also. We get them at that time. I know Tony Moore does the shit I do sometimes. So, but it's again, we don't get anything from way in advance. We don't get that. So that's why I be careful. Just be careful what you read or see, because it may or may not be true.
I see people acting like they were lied to by a family member when something doesn't happen.
Right.
Like their mother just told them their father wasn't their father because Jason didn't knock on Liz's door when he came back. You know what I mean? Right. They take, you know, they read this spoiler that they think is a spoiler and take it as.
Some of them are hilarious because I look at some of this because the pictures, when they slice pictures together, now with AI, you never know. And sometimes the writing is AI too. You can tell things are not spelled correctly, things don't make no sense. So I'll laugh at some of them. I'm like, oh my God, that's really funny. And sometimes their spoilers are pretty good. I wish that would happen sometimes, right? You're like, oh, I wish, that's a great idea.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But yeah, just be careful because people, you know, just unless it is directly from, you know, a real legit, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I agree. And also things do change. Sometimes something is true.
Things do change. Absolutely.
Yeah, change.
You know, I mean, people leave. People, you know, things
come back.
Exactly. Things absolutely can change and are very, very, you know, they're fluid. That's how it is.
Yeah, I agree. So we're looking out for you guys out there. Just be careful. Just what you because I hear all the time.
You know, I hear things.
Yeah.
But things can change. It could be old, and also
might be old too, right?
Sometimes they'll put out fake spoilers to try to plug a leak.
Yes.
Does it quite often.
Yes. Oh, and also keep it in mind, folks. Days of Our Lives films 10 years in advance. Just kidding. They film like 9 months in advance. So
The last number I heard was 10 months, 2 weeks.
yeah, yeah. So I was saying, when he announced that Connor Floyd is filming there now, we won't see him until like next April or whatever. So like,
Exactly. Hopefully I live that long. I hope to see him live. I live long enough to
right.
see him as.
So they
Yeah.
filmed way in advance. So sometimes you'll hear stuff and you're like, well, what happened? Like I heard Alison Sweet's coming back. Well, that was announced last year. So I'm just letting you guys know that's crazy. Going back to be quick to you before we wrap the show, because this has been so good. I love it. It's been 90 minutes. Erica Slazak, because that's been a big conversation. Who she's going to be, because Lulu is working for the Banner. So folks are saying, just come on as Vicky. I have a feeling, I don't know anything. She's not coming on
She's
as
not
Vicky.
Vicky.
No, she's not Vicky. So is she Monica's sister?
I really, I didn't want her to be, and I hated that rumor, but I think today kind of confirmed that.
Right, today's okay. So if you haven't watched today's episode, so I'm going to give a spoiler away, but something happens today on General Hospital.
I think today kind of confirmed that. It bothers me because Monica is very famously an orphan that had no family.
Right.
And without her here to play it, it kind of seems, but why? You know what I mean? I mean, there's going to be a story here. We'll see what it is. I think that it's going to be kind of like John Aniston's death. That's going to leap off a different story. And that's probably the best tribute they can give Leslie.
Right. I agree. Or brought on Doug Williams III or whatever.
Exactly. But we'll see. I mean, it's Erica, so
right. So that's the thing. It's a great actress. Right? Yeah, there's a great actress coming in.
Exactly. So
I agree.
Whatever it is, I'm here for it.
I agree. Oh, and just a shout out to Tristan Rogers, and hopefully he gets better. I know him and his wife, and cancer's a bitch.
It is. I'll tell you, I interviewed him on the phone a few years ago when I was doing interviews about Studio City. And, I thought it was going to be like a 10-minute phone conversation. We were on the phone for almost 2 hours. He was telling me all these
That's
stories.
him.
And at the end of it, he called me love. And I felt like I could die happy in that moment.
Yeah. I have partied with him. I've drank with him. I've eaten with him. I've interviewed him over and over again. I'm a big fan of Tristan. He's a good guy, and that's the thing. He'll talk your ear off. He has all these stories. Yeah. That's why I said I just feel bad, because that scene with Sasha, I hate to even say it.
I mean, I had heard, that he had come back for one day to tape and he really struggled, and Burton really was helpful, really helping him physically around the set, which was really great. But it's so sad. It's just this soon, and I know that it's not this soon after Drake, but to me it's this soon after Drake, and I'm just my heart can't deal with it.
I know.
Cold space where my heart would go, according to my haters.
It'll warm up.
Yes.
No, I agree, and I think, but if something does happen, what a great ending! I mean, what a great last on-screen appearance. It was
exactly.
good.
Exactly.
We're praying for his recovery.
He's happily ever after with Holly, and he's got his daughter and grandbaby. And he's
much better can you get?
Right. Exactly.
So we support. We hope that he gets better. So we hope that. Angela, thanks for being on the show. You are the best. I do be the best.
I love chatting with you. We need to do this more.
We do. And like I keep saying, yes, we got to do it more. Yes, we got to do it more. So, folks, I'm gonna have her tell you the places where to find her, so you guys can follow her. And Angela, you take it away.
So I am always on Twitter at Brooklyn74. And it says Angela Ryan Duncan. It's me. The picture is me, and then me and my late partner is the banner. I'm writing for Parade. I'm writing for Petty Proud. On Monday night, I do the Suds News podcast. We do a live GH podcast. We have a blast. I'm Carly Stanover on Daytime Dish, the cesspool that it is. And Instagram, all of my DMs everywhere open. Angela Ryan Duncan on Facebook. If you guys have questions about a spoiler you read, shoot it to me. I can usually tell you right away if it's no or not because of, whatever. But if it's something, you hear something and, you want to check it out or you just have commentary. I love to talk about soaps. I am all over it. We do our Zooms. We do our daily GH Zoom watch. If anybody wants in on that, we watch at the 2 o'clock Eastern time, and that's free. We do it every day. The 2 o'clock Eastern showing, we watch a big group of us over Zoom and then chat. I am here to talk about soaps 24/7. I just love it.
Yeah, she's good. You can follow her. You can find her. She's out there. You can find her. But I'll put it in the chat, of course. Oh, I did put you in the title. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure I did put you in the title. Okay. Well, you can find me. We're all James on Tears of Soul and James on Tears on all social media platforms. This weekend we are here. So Why Not Me Spotlight, Bold Beautiful Me Spotlight, and Jason Me Spotlight with Rory Gibson. So check us out this weekend. We will be there. Don't be there, be square. We'll have a good time with the fans, the Lotties. We will have a good time. And yeah, everybody, if you're somewhere where it's hot, please be careful. If you're somewhere where it's rainy and cold, please be careful. The weather all over the country is all over, it's just all over the place everywhere. And I always say this, if you have animals, you have dogs, cats, whatever, make sure if it's hot outside, they have the little booties on or don't have them walking on places. It's just too hot for their paws. I saw one the other day and I wanted to scream at somebody.
It's too hot for their paws.
Right. I want to scream. Somebody else the other day I wanted to scream at them. I was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" So be careful when you're walking your animals. I just have a big component about that. And support your soaps and your soap hosts. This is the
Yes.
end of this first round of roundtables. You guys have all been wonderful. Thank you so much for doing this. Another round's coming, so stay tuned for that. You follow me at Daytime Today, and you'll know all about that. Talk to you later. Ugh. We're not.